Is a bond house an investment? If not, how can I turn it into an investment? This is a good one.
I feel like this question is over-exhausted. You know why? There was a debate online between me and Robert Kiyosaki's followers. Because those guys were saying a primary home or a home where you have a bond is not an investment. Let me tell you something, right? When you take a bond, the bank's asset in that bond is not the house, like people say, or the house is the asset of the bank. No. The bank's asset is the loan. That's the asset. And the loan is a liability to you. And then the property is yours. That's why they only take it if you are unable to pay. But as long as you are paying the loan, the property is yours. You control it. You can rezone it. As soon as you rezone it, the value of the property goes up. So let's say you bought a piece of land here in Flora Park, right? It's got 1,000 square meters. You've got a house there. And you rezone that house into a lodge. The value of that property goes up because of the rights on that property. Right? As soon as the rights on that property go up, you can even go back to the bank and do a refinancing structure and take the equity out. I bought it 1 million, is now worth 1.6 million because it's got rights. You take that money out, you build more units or you renovate that house so that it's a proper lodge.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
All of that uptake in terms of the equity being built or the capital gains being built on that property belongs to you, the person who took a bond on that property. So if your bond is 1 million and the house is now worth 2 million and you are selling the house, what you are settling the bond.
Yeah.
The rest of the 1 million belongs to you because you've put value on the property. So hence, you buy land. After buying land, what you want to do? You want to put value on the land.
Yeah, sometimes you can even sell the land. Some of the land is, you can sell it as a cemetery. Some of the
you're reminding me of this one.
So yeah, you don't have to build on the land.
On the land. So that guy bought a large piece of land in the valley, acres and acres of land, and dug 12,000 graves on it. And then they made it nice like a memorial park. Obviously, it's a memorial park. And then sold each grave for 5,000 to an insurance company. To say, your people that are in the valley, that have life cover and funeral cover with you, you can promise them they have a resting place in a proper memorial park.
Yeah.
And because he had influence in that space, they gave him 5,000 rands. Do 5,000 rands times 12,000, that's 60 million. Everything on that land cost him 7 million to do. But because he added, imagine grave as value. By digging, he added value to that land. By creating a nice park around those graves, he added value. 5,000 times 12,000, it's 60 million.
Minus 7 million.
And minus 7 million. 60 million minus 7 million is 53 million. And on a monthly basis, he gets management for that cemetery because it must be looked after. So they've set up a management company to manage the cemetery. Cemetery, I didn't say house, I said cemetery. Mabita. When we say, someone saw the opportunity to say, who's my target market? My target market obviously is these people that are going to die one day. However, they won't pay for your grave, this one. But the insurance company, to give them bid, can
pay for it.
She's from Old Mutual, right? So if she had also the promise of a grave in the good memorial park, wouldn't you take it?
Yeah, I want to be buried like Mandela.
I'm being buried like Mandela, yes. The Four Ways Memorial Park, you know how much is a grave at Four Ways? 38,000. Where you see one Mandela being buried, a grave is 38,000. And well, it depends where the grave is situated. Some are more. I imagine being buried next to Mandela, what you gonna pay? But Mandela was buried in Kunu, was it not? But the point I'm making, celebrities that you see saying they're being buried at Four Ways Memorial Park. I remember one friend of mine, his sister was wealthy and she passed on. And he paid 38,000.
Yeah, and some families even purchase the burial space for the whole
Just
family.
space and say this is where the family mom will be buried. So they own those graves. You can make money in anything, yo.
Okay, the other question is, when can one apply for refinancing after purchasing the first property?
As soon as you've got a tenant that's paying you for about 3 to 6 months, you can refinance. But remember, refinancing most of the time, what are you doing when you refinance? You are taking out maybe a deposit that you've paid. Let's say you bought a property and you put a deposit of 10%. You bought the property 500K, your deposit was 50K. So you've got 50,000 rands equity immediately. Okay? And then maybe it goes up in value by 20,000. Then it means your total equity that's 70,000. So then you can refinance and get that money out. So within 3 to 6 months, you can refinance.